Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we have a very important guest with us, Ted, and a lot of conversations around technician development in the industry.
That's right. One of the leaders in the industry, the voice of the technician, Marco Zwanenburg, who is out there working with technicians on developing their skills. Marco, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
All right, thank you, Ted. Thank you, Sarah. It's great to be here again, and let's have some conversations about technicians.
First of all, I would be remiss without thanking you once again for helping start off the Fixed Ops Roundtable as a founding father in 2020 with a conversation you and I had in Orlando about putting an event together that you finally convinced me that we should go out and do. And this all, really, I have you to blame for all this.
A little bit of arm twisting over lunch, but look what it got us, Ted, and it has gotten so far. And like we discussed, it is so important and so needed in the industry to have this. So it's been fantastic.
We have a great debt of gratitude to Marco. Marco, what are you seeing now that you're working with dealers on the technician development, helping them develop their skills? You've created some great conversations. What are you seeing out in the marketplace that we should be aware of this year in 2026?
I am seeing that technicians are more and more listened to, that dealerships and dealership groups are finally realizing that technicians are not a dime a dozen. We're not the dumb bunch that you could just hire off the street. We are the most highly trained people in the dealership. What I see is that there's a shift from technicians need technical training to technicians need training in soft skills, in people skills, time management, priority management, being able to set up their day in the most efficient way while utilizing MPIs, video inspections, and being able to sit down and collaborate not only with their peers but with management as well and streamline the entire process from write-up to getting parts to handing the car back over to the customer.
Marco, I want to go back in time and then go into the future because, in 2020, the Fixed Ops Roundtable and the conversations that we were having back then, fast forward 6 years, we're seeing so much innovation, not only in the vehicles, but also the expectations for the technician and what the customers are expecting. So what would you say is the biggest shift that you've seen between the technology and the expectations for a technician in 2020 versus now?
I think what I have seen, the technology is moving so incredibly fast. It is so hard for us technicians to keep up with that. What a big issue that I've seen is that there's so much information out there that we just got lost in it. What I like is the introduction of AI in our daily operations, that we're able to quickly sift through information, look by VIN, look by specific information on wiring diagrams, spare instructions, parts needed, etc. And that manufacturers are actually starting to put parts needed in a repair so we can order everything on the spot. Another big thing that I've seen is that technician went from being all the way in the back to being the face of the dealership.
Yeah.
When we first started the Fixed Ops Roundtable, I told Ted, I was like, I'm just a technician. No one wants to listen to me. I'm just a tech. He was like, no, it's like, you're not just a tech. And here we are.
Marco, it's really today in 2026, it has become mainstream that the technician is out in front. Talk to us about these tech videos, how that's being received in shops around the country. Obviously, there's going to be some resistance in the early days, but it is seeing a remarkable amount of success, and dealers are out talking about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It has multiple benefits. First of all, you can actually show the customer what is wrong with their vehicle. Okay. Live on the spot, they can tell it's their vehicle, they can tell what is wrong with it. So seeing is believing, so it creates trust and transparency. Second of all, it puts the face of the technician with the customer. If you go and get your hair cut, you would like to see the same person every time when you walk in because they know you, right? They know your family, they know what's going on in your life, they know your hair, they know what you want. So it'd be very trustworthy for a dealership, and it's great for transparency and for CSI score and retention if they can, oh, Mark was here today, I would like for him to work on my vehicle. So having the video MPIs and even the photo MPIs is so great because it brings us, the technician, to the forefront of the dealership.
Marco, I want to come back again to just really what you said about just how critically important technician retention is going to be in the future of our industry. And like you said, you go in for a haircut, customer, they want to see the same person over and over again. But right now we're seeing a shift. There's a lot of younger generations that are considering getting into, becoming a technician or getting into trades. How do you encourage people to really get involved in our industry, and how do you encourage dealerships to go out and find talent?
First of all, I think a great way to get new talent is visit your local colleges, your local trade shows, your local dealerships that are struggling, and kind of reach out a helping hand. Second of all, I think it's very important that the people that you have, the technicians that you currently have on the floor, that they are happy, that they feel respected, well taken care of, properly compensated for the time and effort that they put in. Because there's nothing worse than walking into any place of business where you get just a sense of the employees are just unhappy. They do not want to be there. They do not like where they're at. So if you create this aura almost around a dealership of people want to work here, people want to be here. And I think that is a part that is mostly overlooked. A lot of places do visit the trade shows, the trade schools, etc. But the people that they have are their business cards for employment. Take care of the ones you have, and they will recruit themselves. Like, hey, come work with me. Because we're all older. I have kids now that are, getting ready to move into the working industry. So why not join us?
Marco, talk to us about the importance of that culture that you've been referring to. Can a technician really tell what a dealership is all about by making a visit and maybe spending, a few minutes, 30 minutes or so with the techs in the shop and really find out what it's all about early on?
We don't even have to step in the dealership.
Okay.
There's social media.
Yep.
We can find the technicians, and we will, that are working at the current dealerships. We look at their Facebook pages. Wow. We look at the manufacturers' Facebook pages. And if you see the amount of complaining coming out of the same dealership, I'm not applying. And most of us work that way. We are already researching the prospective employer before we even step into the door. Second of all, like you said, when we walk in there, my major red flag is if I walk in for an interview and I ask the manager if I can talk to a technician or two and they say no, okay, we're good. Thank you so much for your time. I'm moving on. If I'm not able to talk to other people and get the nitty and gritty from them instead of the golden mountains from managers, we're done.
And finally, this year in 2026, you're out and about now. You're working with dealerships hands-on. Tell us a little bit about that. There's exciting things coming. I know maybe you can't reveal all of that today, but I do see you making great strides as being more than just the voice of the technician.
Absolutely.
You're actually there to help them side by side now.
Exactly. So we're taking all this knowledge and all these things that I've been applying and bringing them out to dealerships nationwide. Because there's so much that you can change that costs very little to no money. Basically, you're streamlining processes, streamlining how the dealership runs from something as simple as the advisor getting specific information for us to work with, to where the parts counter is located, to how we get it. There's so many little things that we can tweak. And it really takes someone from the inside, like myself, that can walk into any dealership and within 10 minutes can tell you, hey, change this, this, and this. It costs very little, but the results will be great. Not just for income and efficiency, but for overall morale and, of course, the culture, which is so important.
Sarah, great to have Marco with us today.
It's always a pleasure to get Marco with us, Ted. And Marco, congratulations on all the success that you're going to have in 2026.
Thank you so much.
Marco Zwanenburg, everybody, here with Sarah Vantine. We're here today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Sarah and I will be right back.